Hello and welcome back to Strange Antiquities. We're really beginning to ramp up the mystery and I think we're fairly close to the end now. So we should probably get straight into it because we still haven't found out what happened to Verona. Hello Simone. Good morning. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Oh, hearing about that poor lady who drowned frightened me. But she'll turn up. She always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of Strange Antiquities. Okay. Thank you very much. So let's have a quick peek before we do continue on with the rest of our clues. So we have another one for here. 3 resonant objects, lightest first, heaviest last. I still need to figure out what it means by resonant objects, because I don't think we've properly seen what it means for that. From the individual, a stone for dark purpose. From the celestial, a stone of the earth. From the diurnal, a stone of death. Okay, so these are the psalmic branches, and then it needs to have a gemstone. Okay, so I'll have a look at that one later. Then we have 2 clue cards. I am under the barn with the axe meets the tree, and I am buried with the Knight of Thorns. Now I do believe there's one more knight we haven't looked at in the catacombs. And now I'm trying to remember which one I looked at last time. I know I've done that one. I think I did this one. So, yeah. Always the last option. The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Sotherfell. It's an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I am able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I'm out in the bright of the day once more. Okay. Stick you with the rest of my objects. And let's have a quick look. I don't think it's the castle. Let's have a look at the general map of Undermere. Barn where the axe meets the tree. So let's see. Greywick. There's Greywick Farm, which is number 1, which is over here. Doesn't make sense though. Barrows, High Green Church, Hearthwood is number 6. Which is over here. We've been there before. Lockheed House, the Boatyard, Stone Soldier, Old Jail, Museum of History, the Spoken Word, Keystone Manor, Market Scare, Twinnings, Town Hall, Baskets of the Common Undermere Pit, Mossy Wood is 21. That's over here. Caffrey's Town, Mary's Bell, Bleakstone, Calico, Westwood, Ivy, Folly is 27. 30 is the Royston Farm. I think we've been there. Yeah, it's here. Ferryman's Way. Oh, Woodcutter's Lane. Axe meets the tree. Okay. Could be something to do with Axe Cutter's Lane. So it might be one of these. Clanbrook Road, Hearth. North Holbrook Church, Market Guild, Headley, Woodcroft, Prince, Hollowells, Oak Street, Erskine Street, Stonewall, Rufford Lane. Could give this a shot. Yeah, okay, I think this one still doesn't make sense to me, so we'll leave it and we'll try these later on. See if we can't figure that out. Ah, Jacob Priestley, you feeling better? Thank you for the mether. I have seen into the yawning deep. I have seen beauty beyond comprehending mind. The price is steep, but I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor is broken. Must replace. Shadow anchor. Alright. Oh wait, no, wrong book. Oh goodness, it's storming out there. A shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstone. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Okay, so you see the totem, pendant, and it will produce a field from the individual branch. That's not particularly helpful. So it'll either do a Mentic. I'm going to assume Mentic rather than Wixic. Simply because it's to do with the mind. Although it could be the body because it's projecting, but I think we'll focus on mind first. So Mentic. Do we have the Mentic field up? Is it that? Upside down diamond. All that I've done. Oh. Done something wrong with that one. Okay, up a little bit more. Okay, so the crosses. Alright. Mind. Be a totem. That I believe is elemental. That's also elemental. Is there anything else? Well, it does produce this. And there's nothing in the book about what it's made of. It does produce the right field. But I'm going to try this first. Nope. Okay then. Okay, they produce the right field. That's blue gemstone. Let's have a quick peek. I think I'm gonna go with this one as my second choice, since I think it's the kyanite gemstone. Oh wow, second time's a charm. Wonderful. Continuing onwards. Ah, Audrey, my lovely cult leader. You have shown yourself to be a useful ally in these worrisome times. Keep one eye on the lake in the coming days. When blackened eyes seek the casket and waters turn to midnight, perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. Okay, I am still not joining your cult. The sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to the warrior god Holgar. It is performed by the blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out what we need, I think, for the final confrontation with that. So I'm gonna put that in a separate one. And I'm quickly gonna check. We have a stone circle, I believe, somewhere near here. 32 is the eye. Yeah. And I think that's our stone circle that we will be heading to. Although the pit is also a thing. There's also the bleak stones over here as well, so there's a couple options. Ah, David. Come with my post. I'm afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly and has ended up doing a round trip to Kendall and back. Better late than never. I have spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to her hidden stash, or so the story goes. I followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned, a chilling bone-filling alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels, but it seems her markings have been worn away by time after that. I pass on this story to you in the hope that you can succeed where I have failed. Your friend Barton. Okay, another adventure into catacombs later then. Oh, Barton, I've just received your letter. Okay, he can't talk. Is that a curse? Tormund's paralysis affects the mouth and tongue, so speech becomes impossible. Let's go to our index and have a quick look. Tormund's paralysis. Tormund's bane. These can be rolled around the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn against the nook to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against the curses, they emit a dianic field pattern. Rolled along the tongue. Now, I have a feeling I know what it is. I think it's this. But I'm going to check the dianic field and potentially see about this symbol. So we want a dianic and that symbol. Which doesn't seem to be in the book. So, dianic. Diamond, small circle, big circle. Okay, so double circles. I keep closing it. Let's go grab that. Okay, I'm gonna think it's this, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Yay! Thank you. I don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlum. Everything went dark after reading the inscription on the tall stone, but somehow I knew if I made it to Strange Antiquities I would be okay. Aww. Thanks, Barton, to trust me so much. Through the darkness, I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Nalian Casket. If we give it to them, they promise to free those it has infected. I don't think we have a choice. At least we can be certain of one thing. If they have the casket, they will not allow it to be opened. All they desire, all they value, is power, and opening the casket would release all of its contained power. Okay. Don't know what that has to do with me. Considering you're the one that found it originally. Let's just shuffle these along. I'll start piling them here. Verona, no! The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quieted. There, words. Help me calm this clamouring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Okay, Zephyrim or an abrasive mother. Let's have a look. These resonant objects give off a faint odour that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapours are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. And then, I can't remember what abrasive method does. This type of method is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and consideringly. Methods are typically used in communal ceremonies, designed to be easily passed from person to person. Now the problem is, I potentially think giving her a Zephyrim is the better option. I think. Because the abrasive method might remove Verona entirely. Whereas a Zephyrim, she might be able to channel her anger better. But the person possessing her might also do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find the Zephyrim if I have it. If not, I'll have to go solve some clues, so I'll be back when that happens. Okay, let's quickly do the clues that are most obvious. Catacombs, also with the damned, ancient bowfield alcove, upper levels. Can't click on that. This is upper, that's lower levels anyway. Go upper levels. Aha! I'm able to follow Marwyn's trail for a while, but the carved markings have faded and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time I reach to Ossuary, I can no longer make them out at all. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Okay. Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peel back the years, allowing a glimpse into the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it works passably on stationary objects. They are marked by the depiction of a candle upon their surface. I think it's that because it's fire and wax, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, that's a wax symbol. So, yay. Okay. Stalagmites retreat under the light of the candle as I hold it aloft and search for the shifting rock walls for any signs of Marwyn's trail. Suddenly I see it, an M etched into the rock as clear as if it had been carved yesterday. I follow the trail in an excited hurry, tripping and stumbling as the candle distorts the height of the floor until I come to its end at a small boulder. Rolling the rock to one side, I reach behind it and reclaim Marwyn's lost treasure. Joy. Okay. I don't think that helps us though. No. Pine Road. Woodcutter's Lane. Okay, that worked. To the side of the house sits a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There is no sign of an owner, so I search carefully, not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Suddenly I spy a flash of blue. A bottle. This is it. Oh, could this be it? Could this be it? Nothing to remark. Scented like a brewing storm. Okay, this is a Zephyrim. I'm going to give her the Zephyrim because she wants, the thing possessing her wants to calm the rage. This should increase Verona's rage, and I think the abrasive mellow will allow the thing possessing her to cut away Verona's person. I suppose the best way I can explain it. That's my theory. Hopefully, what is a resonance compass? Okay, I think we're gonna have to go do that so then we can solve the other one. Okay, Zephyrim. And you can go over here. So, resonant compass. Since apparently I haven't looked at that. And I've been a fool. Oh, we have one. A resonant compass will point towards nearby resonant objects, the only object that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Okay, so this is our resonant compass. And then one of the clues says 3 resonant objects, lightest first, heaviest last. Now this one, this is a resonant object. So let's pop you down here. And now let's spend about 5 minutes. Okay, that's also a resonant object. There's possibly a resonant object here. Oh, and their point is pointing at. Okay, let's use a shelf over here then and slowly begin to see. Okay, that's a resonant object. So we have 3 resonant objects now. Let's see, do we have any other ones here? Go to the other side. Okay, there's a couple here. Let's see if we can do it with the ones that I have so far. So, lightest first, heaviest last. Haha, yes. Oh. What is our moon phase supposed to be? Like that? And then the clock. Okay, 12, 6. Something at 6, 5, 4, 12, and something 11. Oh boy. We have a fun object. I wonder if there's any other ones. Oh no, it's done. Can't do it again. Okay. Right then. So, fun object. And we'll leave our resonant compass down here. Alright, I think that's all the clues bar this one. I think I'll leave it for the next day. Let's see if we can't continue onwards. Oh, 2 more days to go. But the problem with storing powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. Oh, how delightful. Okay. Let's see if we can solve that clue first. Yeah, no, I cannot see that obvious. Never mind. No solving clues for me this morning. Marion Lancaster. Someone very dear to me has fallen ill. I'd like a nephroquant. Do not be concerned, dear. I've used one before and I know what I'm doing. Nephroquant? That is a interesting name. These were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls, who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them even after death, the Nephroquant would crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, they will cause Braxis if held against the bare skin for long periods. Okay, resurrection, death, Braxis. Is that a curse? Yes, characterized by the necrosis scarring has. So. Resurrection. Okay, think I found it. This the ring is sort of like a spiral, which is a symbol of rebirth, and it's attached to a necrosis hand. Yeah, there we go. Alright then. Franklin Underhill. Please do pay us a visit. We have some items that we're confident will be of interest to you. Twinings, okay. We'll go do that later then. Edmund. Something bad is about to happen. The ravens know it. My grandfather once taught me how to use a Cassandra to see the path ahead, but I saw what it did to him and vowed to never touch one again after he died. But the gnawing worry of what is to come has become too much for me. Cassandra. The eyes of Cassandra focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mentic field as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious Selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the paths shown to them and have been led to ruin. Okay, so we want something with a Selenic field. Of the moon. So triangle, small circle, big circle. Where is this small and big? Okay. Big down. Okay, so the twisty. Twisty. Mind. Paths. No. Wrong field. What about this one? This one produces a right field. The symbols of elements more than anything else. Do I even have it? Okay, let's see about going to Twinings and then maybe solving at 15. The man who dropped off his card introduces himself as the owner of Twinings, an unusual sprawling series of grotto-like rooms filled with handcrafted carpentry, ironmongery, and pottery. He leads me past wooden chairs and strange iron contraptions to a room unlike the others. This one is filled with small trinkets, ornaments, and jars of various sizes containing ominous-looking liquids and organic materials. Ugh. I know it might not look like much, but there are some items of value among the junk here, says the man. Take your time and let me know if you find anything interesting. 2 hours later, I have indeed unearthed something very interesting that I am keen to take back to the shop for further investigation. I am leaving Twinings with my haul when a man shouts at me from across the street. As I look around annoyed, I notice to my horror that the man's eyes are as black as coal. He rushes towards me and I stumble backwards, fumbling with the strap of my satchel as I try to grab an item to stop him. A Wixic cord. So nice of everything to pause for me. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect to the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stone. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. I was hoping it was that. It doesn't look like it. Let's quickly double check my symbols. Let's quickly check the Noctic. Triangle, small circle, big circle. Oh, it's not a triangle, it's a diamond. Okay, I did that wrong. Okay, I think, because this is the same one. Haha! Success. To my relief, the man goes rigid almost immediately and topples forward onto the cobblestones. I turn and run, wanting to put as much distance as possible between myself and that creature. When I finally come to my senses, I realise I should alert Dr. Robertson, but by the time I return to Twinings, the man is nowhere to be seen. Okay, so we have a Wixic cord. Let's super quickly label it. Alright, and back to giving him a Cassandra. Now, I think this might be it, because it has 2 gemstones that I think... it is, because the red gemstone is a bloodstone. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay. Never mind. I still don't know what it is. Alright, that took me way too long to figure out. I did resort to a hint just because I couldn't find the object that I was looking for, so I did resort to a hint and it said to go solve this clue. So I went and solved the Twinings and then I solved this one. So hopefully I'll get the object I need now. Okay, so we want half moon. Okay, half moon. And... oh, okay. I think that's the one we want. Goodness. I believe, since I went and actually forgot what we was really looking for, that is a Cassandra. Sort of like a play on Cassandra. Alright, let's hang you up. Oh, and put everything away. Gilbert Ames. There always seems to be something going on in Undermere. The sooner I can get this sorted and be on my way, the better. My uncle gave me a ring and I have had nothing but bad fortune ever since. I'm starting to think it might be cursed. Is there any way to uncurse it? Let's have a look at the curses. Although, I don't think you have blue eyes, so... Do you have blue eyes? Well, they're giving me some real difficult puzzles today. Bad fortune. Okay. Oh, sorry. I had my mic muted. I tried a Caustic Purifier because it would get rid of the curses. Lavina Hawthorne. I have been researching ancient customs, particularly those relating to thaumaturgy, and I am fascinated by the use of objects in ritual ceremonies. If you're able to get your hands on a gris, I'd be very interested in studying it further. Gris. For the ritual of the broken path, a gris is heated slowly over the flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Well, it seems like it will have a Wixic field. So it should have one of these. Ungloved hand. Heated. Potentially something similar to the fire palm for Jupiter. Because that's tin. I might give this a go. No. I was horribly incorrect. This seems to have soot on it, so I'm going to give that one a go. And then cry if it doesn't work. Apparently I should just always go with my second choice. Pick something and then go find something else. Oh, Jupiter. Jupiter always deserves to be pat. I can't believe there's an achievement for petting Jupiter 30 times. Leopold Morris. There has been a basilisk sighting in the hills across the river from Backbarrow. I wouldn't say I'm a brave man, but I have a duty to protect my livestock and my village. Better me than a younger man with his life ahead of him. I have come to prepare my sword. Ooh, what does he want? Does he want a shimmer? No, and I'm very close to insanity, okay. Aha, found it. Folium. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Dreyer huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk, as a folium blade is the only known way to pierce his thick armour. I think we have this beautiful hand with lots of cuts across it. Perfection. Ah, Francesca. They've escaped! At first, my patients grew agitated when I used the Godian siren, but then I had a breakthrough. Vivian Cartwright woke up. She seemed lucid, calm even. I made a stupid mistake and loosened her restraints. I don't know what happened, whether the siren stopped working, or if perhaps it had never worked and she'd tricked me. But almost immediately she changed back and turned violent. Before I knew it, she had managed to free the others. We tried to stop them, but they fought their way out of the hospital. I've no idea where they've gone. Okay then. Well, let's close that up. It is day 16 Friday, and I believe next episode will definitely be the last episode. Might also be a bit of a longer one. This one might also be longer than the others. But I think in that episode I will try and figure out this clue, and before we start I will see if I can't pick one of these. Totem of blue fire. I think pendant of the yellow sun definitely means a sunborn, so I can quite confidently say I think that's it. And then you have these, so anything that sort of implies those is what we need. And I think that, because I don't think it might be a pathway in here, but I can't think of anything that does sort of is indicative straight off with it. We sort of want a curve. Maybe I can solve it fairly quickly. Go down here, squiggle, little line, loop. Yeah. Well, I was going to leave that to tomorrow, but I figured it out. Inhaling deeply from the spirit vault to stave off the madness, off the depths, I make my way carefully down crumbling passageways past decaying crypts. Placed carelessly on top of the tomb is a collection of clay pots. Some lie in pieces, but most are whole. At first the collection seems unremarkable, but one in particular stands out, and I take it back up to the surface to take a closer look. Alright, a pot. Love me a good pot. Okay, no, I'm definitely going to leave it there for today, and I will definitely look at this one tomorrow before we start perhaps trying to figure it out. So, next time I see you, we'll be solving the climax of this mystery, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Verona is all well. I mean, Barton turned out alive and mostly uncursed. Let's just say he's alive. That's a bonus. Hopefully all the others are okay, and I suppose we'll figure out what this mystery is, and why Holgar is supposedly coming back. Okay, see you guys then. Bye bye.